He's been called a hero in Flint's water crisis.
He was doing the right thing.
His memos are key evidence in criminal investigations.
I knew that those lead levels were going to continue to go up.
Tonight, a one-on-one conversation with the man who sounded the alarm long before anything was done. Now, he never testified, but you heard his name time and again at the congressional hearings on Flint's water crisis.
Water expert Miguel Del Toro went above the call of duty to warn people about the danger of lead in the city's drinking water.
And tonight, the man that many are calling a hero sits down one-on-one with Local 4 defender Kevin Dietz. Here's his story.
Without the warnings of Miguel Del Toro, it's possible the people of Flint would still be drinking contaminated water. He warned officials twice, and when nothing was done, he leaked information to make sure the people of Flint would finally get help. What comes to mind when you think of a hero? Capes, a mask, superpowers? In Flint, they know exactly what a hero looks like. They look like Miguel Del Toro, a modest water expert at the Environmental Protection Agency, who in superhero fashion says he was just doing his job.
I guess it's a bit upsetting to think, that someone thinks I'm a hero because I did my job. I got paid for this. This is what you're supposed to do. You work for the public. You're a public servant.
Del Toro's superpower? Knowing what chemicals cause and deter lead from leaching from pipes into the public's drinking water. He saw Flint was failing to use corrosion controls before anyone else, and he knew if it continued, an entire American city could be poisoned.
In the absence of treatment, I knew that those lead levels were going to continue to go up.
Today, there are no shortages of people heaping praise on Miguel Del Toro.
This Mr. Del Toro is a hero, and the things he did. Do you want to give a bonus to somebody? Give it to Miguel Del Toro. He was doing the right thing.
Del Toro first warned Flint in February of 2015, 11 months before a state of emergency was issued, that lead could be leaching into the city's drinking water. When he told the state that in an email, he was told Flint was using corrosion controls and there was nothing to worry about.
The email that I received from the state seemed to relay that they had treatment in place.
Del Toro kept testing the water, and the lead numbers continued to go up. He confronted state officials in an April email. This time, they admitted they were not using corrosion controls, but still insisted there was nothing to worry about. Del Toro was horrified.
That was the real concern to me, that it was going to be a citywide problem.
In June, Del Toro wrote a draft report and leaked it to the public. State MDEQ worker Stephen Bush said Del Toro was wrong. MDEQ spokesperson Brad Werfel called Del Toro a rogue employee. Del Toro didn't care.
Honestly, it didn't bother me.
Instead of acting on the warnings, officials forced Del Toro to back off, something that became a focus of congressional hearings.
When Mr. Del Toro reported the high levels of lead in Flint's drinking water, not only did you silence him, but you sat around idly and did nothing.
One member of Congress reading an email from Del Toro about life after issuing the Flint warnings.
It almost sounds like I'm to be stuck in a corner holding up a potted plant because of Flint. One misstep in 27 plus years here and people lose their minds.
But Del Toro's heroic memo had already made it to the media and local doctors. Questions were asked, samples were taken, and finally, in October of 2015, Governor Snyder acknowledged a lead problem. 3 months later, he would declare a state of emergency. So much damage to so many children. It could have been prevented if others had done their job as well as Miguel Del Toro.
Maybe we can someday get to a point where, a public servant doing their job ain't so special.
Del Toro has been nominated for awards inside and outside of work. He says all he wants for his efforts is for the people of Flint to get safe drinking water as soon as humanly possible. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
All right, Kevin, if you watch the hearings and you hadn't really done a deep drill down into the ins and outs of this, he might have seemed like a character you didn't really know very much about.
Right.
Now you do. Extraordinary.
Absolutely. The world could use a whole lot more people like him.